Before Simple and before ZywOo, there was a name spoken in reverence by the old school and unknown to many today. But make no mistake, he wasn't just a legend, he was the original god of Counter-Strike. In an era when esports barely existed, he was filling arenas, breaking records, and building the very modern foundation of CS. This is not just a story of frags and trophies. This is a story of innovation, transformation, and the quiet exit of a man who changed everything. Sweden, the late 1990s. Counter-Strike is still a mod, yet it's already taken over the underground scene. LAN cafés are packed every evening with players skipping school and work just to get a few more rounds in. Sweden is one of the epicenters of this new digital battleground, and dozens of local teams are farming across Stockholm, Gothenburg and Malmö. Teams like B-Grip, Eyeballers and Matrix fill the scene with raw, unrefined talent. And in the middle of it all, a young hockey player named Emil Christensen. After an injury put his sports career on pause, he started spending more and more time at internet cafes. And unlike many others, Emil had something special, a deep focus, discipline from sports, and a natural feel for competitive environments. He devoured every nuance of the game, spray patterns, movement, team comms. But he started small, playing with his friends, joining semi-pro teams, but his skill grew at a frightening pace. Soon, talks of this rifler from Stockholm began spreading through the LAN scene. And he wasn't just good, he was different. Calculated, smart, and usually calm. That's how HeatoN caught the eye of ninjas in pajamas. A group of rising Swedish talent looking to put Sweden on the map. And this wasn't just the start of his career, it was the beginning of an era. HeatoN joined Ninjas in Pajamas, a newly formed roster of raw talent. They weren't just trying to win matches, they were inventing the playbook. At CPL Dallas 2001, NIP shocked the world, winning the first major international CS tournament. With HeatoN at their core, their aggressive yet calculated style shattered expectations. HeatoN was precise, smart and fearless. He wasn't just playing, he was rewriting how Counter-Strike should be played. In 2003, NIP evolved into SK Gaming. With HeatoN, Potty, Spawn and Fisker, they weren't just a team, they were the dynasty. For 3 years straight, SK dominated nearly every event. CPL Winter, ESWC, WEG, the biggest trophies of their time. HeatoN's style? Cold, calculating, surgical. His aim was pure muscle memory. His game sense? Unreal.
No, SK gold medal winners. Vance, what do you think?
It's a very, very good game. SK really catching up, doing a very good job, and win this finally as they won. Very congratulations for Team SK. Nice try, good games for Team USA, Team 3D.
Analysts say his control of spray patterns and game tempo was years ahead of its time. He wasn't loud, he was composed, and that made him terrifying. What made HeatoN truly special wasn't just the trophies, it was what he invented. He popularized recoil control, shoulder peeking, and silent movement. While most players were running and spraying, HeatoN was a tactician. Even Valve took notice. His mastery of spray inspired the current CS2 weapon system. That's right, the way your AK behaves? Yep, that's thanks to HeatoN. He made skill a science, and CS became a global competition because of players like him. After years of dominance with SK Gaming, HeatoN made an unexpected move. He left SK and returned to rebuild Ninjas in Pajamas. HeatoN's return to NIP wasn't just symbolic, it was a homecoming, but the competition was fiercer than ever. With inconsistent results in the changing meta, the wins didn't come as easily. Still, there were moments of brilliance. HeatoN led NIP through multiple top tier events in CS 1.6 and attempted to guide a younger roster.
Method from the back. Volcano could watch while a 2-on-2 situation here. Volcano's gone as well. Mono's gone too. This could be it. It's all up to Sievers. I don't think it. Oh my god, he stops the plan. A 1-on-1 situation. It doesn't win. No! NIP wins it. Oh my god. In overtime.
Ändå ser vi! HS mitt! HS mitten på! På HS mitten på! Om lägger sist!
But the game was changing and the new generation was catching up fast. In 2007, HeatoN played his final professional match. It wasn't a fairy tale ending and was no grand trophy, no victory lap. Just a final handshake, a nod to the crowd and silence. He didn't go as a champion, but as a pioneer who already had left his mark in the game forever. 2012, the world of Counter-Strike was in transition once again, this time to CSGO. And when the game needed a visionary, HeatoN returned, not with a rifle, not on stage, but behind the curtain as a mastermind. HeatoN rebuilt Ninjas in Pajamas from scratch. He understood that CSGO wasn't just a graphical update, it was a new battlefield with new demands, but what hadn't changed was the need for synergy, chemistry and calm under pressure. So HeatoN assembled what would become one of the most iconic rosters in esports history. Forest, Get Right, Exist, Fiflaren and Freiburg. From the very first tournament, this new NIP team looked unbeatable. Their fundamentals were A-tight, their team play almost telepathic, their executions smooth, deadly, precise. And then came the streak. 87-0 in LAN series. That's not just dominance, that's mythology. HeatoN's genius wasn't just in choosing players, he was building a system, a culture, where greatness could thrive. While other teams scrambled to adapt to CSGO, NIP was already miles ahead. The foundations HeatoN laid in 1.6 days were now rebuilt into something terrifying. But greatness has a price. In the shadows of success, even legends can stumble. HeatoN once again stepped away, not with a bang, but with a whisper. No fiery farewell, no lengthy statement, just another quiet exit from the world he helped create. Yet, even in that silence, the echo remains. Because without HeatoN, there is no modern NIP, no 87-0, no CSGO Spring, no CSGO Dynasty. This wasn't just a rebirth. It was the final blueprint of a god who knew how to win, even when no one else did. HeatoN doesn't need a statue. His legacy lives, and every time a rifler peaks with confidence, or a team sets up for a retake with perfect coordination, he was the blueprint. The first global icon, the first esports star, the first to treat Counter-Strike like a craft. Whether you know it or not, if you play CS, you already learned from him. As someone who's been passionate about Counter-Strike for about 18 years, I've always admired the brilliance of old legends. Watching SK Gaming in their prime made me fall in love with the game. The precision, the teamwork, the drama. I deeply respect what CS 1.6 greats brought to the table, and I hope their stories are never forgotten. In 2025, HeatoN was officially introduced into the Counter-Strike Hall of Fame, a recognition that, despite the controversies and shadows that followed his later career, cemented his place in history. No matter what happened off the server, on it, he was a foundational architect and one of the true fathers of professional Counter-Strike. Before ZywOo, before Simple, there was Emil, the first to master the chaos, the first to win the world, the first to become a legend. So yeah guys, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. I'm going to be hearing out any video ideas, suggestions. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, I guess. I've been Mick, and this was the story of HeatoN.